All right. I want to give an update on my Triple Herald Tactician Glacial Bolt plus Hailstorm Rounds build. Didn't really use Hailstorms. You can use it in the build, but Hailstorm got a massive buff, damage increase, and basically it has double the bolts now. So I'll definitely be doing like a standalone Hailstorm Rounds build because I think it's definitely possible now. I don't know about how it's going to be embossing. We might still have to use Last Lament for Requiem. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Because as of right now, Hailstorm kind of starts in the center and then like kind of circles out. Now that we have double the bolts, what does it kind of focus where you fire it now? Or does it still kind of like spread outward? Don't know. But anyway, what this build does is it uses the Coming Calamity unique chest piece. So basically you get Herald of Ash. Is it Herald of Ash? Or they just call it Herald of... Yeah, Herald of Ash. Like, is it Herald of Fire? I don't know. Herald of Ash, Herald of Ice, Herald of Thunder. So I made this in Dawn of the Hunt. And basically back then you could put Voltaic Mark on like cast on freeze. No problem. That's how you were shocking and you were getting Herald of Thunder to also proc. Well, they changed that in 0.3 Rise of the Abyssal. So basically what I had to do was, it took a few days, but I figured it out. And basically I got Arc now and cast on Elemental Ailment. So then Arc is shocking the enemies, and then when we kill them, that they're now proccing Herald of Thunder. So we just needed to proc all the Heralds. Well, the good thing is, this build has been untouched. In the patch notes, and then the updated patch notes that came out last night, which sure we'll still get more, untouched again. Last Lament did get hit, but that's mainly for like the Lich Galvanic Shards build, where it was basically... Because it basically what it does is if you don't have any ammo, it just takes 300 health per shot and you can just keep firing. Well, with Lich, you can make it so like your health doesn't change or whatever as long as you have like energy shield. So they could just run around the map and just fire with Last Lament. Well, they nerfed that. That is no more. But we only use it for bossing for the Requiem skill. And that is untouched. So we're still good on that. But basically you fire Glacial Bolt, it hits, it forks, and then when it forks, the initial hit explodes, and then the forks explode, and then everything just chains with all the heralds. So this was... My Stormblast build was fun, because it literally was just a super glass cannon and just one-shot everything in the game. But this was probably my most fun build. It's different. You have War Banner, and then you just fire Glacial Bolt, and everything pops. So now, what happened was... Coming Calamity is getting a buff. So Coming Calamity gives you Herald of Ash, Ice, and Thunder. And basically, you don't have to spec in any spirit. You can use them without spirit costs, okay? And then big elemental res, and enemies in your presence have no elemental resistance. So that's good if you wanted to scale presence area of effect, then that's just even better. But on top of that, let me search it here. Coming Calamity now also has Herald skills deal 50 to 100% increased damage. Now that's a lot of damage. The Heralds are already popping the whole screen. It was already very strong. Now Herald of Thunder did get a little bit of a nerf. It'll still be strong because it's just OP as it is. But this build only got stronger. Now you could use this build with... I'm using it on Tactician. I like to pin. When the enemies are pinned, they can't take actions. They just... stand there and you just abuse them. So basically we also have the half spirit costs and the War Banner, so that does help with that. But you know, there's ways around it if you do want to try to set this up on another class. Again, you know, max resistances, max chaos, no energy shield, and just evasion. Kind of, you know, Mercenary's in a weird spot when it comes to all that stuff. You either... That's the thing with this game, right? You either spec a ton into defenses and you still get one shot. Like I've seen people are like, oh, I was doing like very little damage and I was spec'd. I had max res, I had energy shield, I had high life, I had wards or whatever. And they were still getting one pop by bosses. And like, I know Zizaran said it a few times, like, it's just better to go full glass cannon because you kill it before it kills you. And even when you spec in a defense, you still get one shot anyway. So why waste all that effort and, you know, passive tree points, speccing into defense if you're still going to get popped. So that's why I mainly run, you know, glass cannon builds. But I mean, you can still take hits. It's not like you're going to die all the time. Like, I very rarely did I die. But anyway, so yeah, you have Glacial Bolt. The FPS, obviously, we're getting an optimization work, so we won't have to deal with this style of gameplay anymore. But yeah, so you fire Glacial Bolt, the Heralds pop. You can fire Hailstorm Rounds every once in a while if you want on this build. It is incorporated, and now that Hailstorm Rounds fires double the bolts, and I think got a damage boost as well. Or no, it got a little bit of a nerf, but you're firing more bolts, so technically it's a damage buff. It's going to be really fun with this build because you can fire that and then switch to Glacial Bolt, and it'll just be raining ice shards. And plus with Glacial Bolt, once you fire Hailstorm or switch back, whatever the ice walls like don't explode and don't pop and stay in your way, that Hailstorm round is just going to blow that, and then the explosions are going to go from there. But yeah, this was a really fun build. It hasn't been touched. I'm probably at some point I'm going to set it up in 0.4 and play with it again. But it just all in all, it was just a fun build. So I wanted to give an update on it. I don't want to ramble on too long here, but yeah. So with the now 50 to 100% increased Herald damage, this is a very strong build because those pops are just going to be, everything's wiped now. That's such a big damage boost, 50 to 100%. But yeah, if you want to look at the guide for it, I have noticed that this video has been getting 400 views a day, which, you know, I'll take it. But it's starting to get searched, so I wanted to update it like, okay, well, people are looking for builds. It's actually better. I do have an Icy Veins guide for it if you want to look at it, see how it works, all of that stuff. I do need to remove that because we weren't high enough level to use that. But outside of that, I mean, you know, I got everything here, everything you need, going over everything. We got the whole skill tree, you know, so if you want to check it out, read over it. Now, I know constricting command is now, you know, 1. Basically, you can only go down to 1, not 0. You're always going to be around 1 enemy when you're attacking, so it's still going to be strong. I don't know if they're nerfing the nodes. I haven't seen anything about it yet. But you can also not run constricting command, and this build still works just fine, okay? It was just something I was like, well, it's extra damage. Why not? You know, kind of thing. But all of my builds do work without it. I'm going to put that out there. They say, like, well, constricting command, it's cheating. It's not cheating. It's literally right down on the Mercenary tree. Like these, you know, you start here and you literally, the surrounded nodes are here and here. Like, why would I not use it? You know, to try to just maximize damage. You don't have to use it. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of showcase that and update it and say it's a go for 0.4. So anyway, check out our other videos. You know the deal. Subscribe, come back. See you on the next one.